Understand who and what was the reason for the CSUN Student Government Executive Board election and invalidation, one must look at the events of this year, in fact, just last semester, to see who was in charge, but more importantly, who knew that a fraudulent election was just on the horizon since last semester. In a leaked email that was given over text, a member of the CSUN Election Committee cited that the voting system was susceptible to fraudulent votes and advocated for candidates and students to not commit voter fraud. The person that saw this concern, Don Matus.
Quite frankly, because the Senate election went so smoothly, I didn't think it was necessary for the executive election. In hindsight, I should have probably looked into it. So it wasn't a punishment. It was just saying, there's no way for us to be absolutely 100% secure with any online system. So calm down. I was just warning people, calm down. You're going to make it worse if you freak out.
Do you at all, or can you say at all, who sent this text or email?
This was from me.
Oh, okay. This concern, being sounded off since last semester, is now seen as a Nostradamus-like prediction of the issues of this semester when our primary election was invalidated due to fraudulent votes. But that concern was not monogamous to just last semester. The day of the election, an email titled "It's Election Day" was sent out to all candidates warning of a rumor. The email went on saying this, that a candidate, someone connected to a ticket has a list of NSHE IDs and plans on using them to vote multiple times. Please do not cheat. Please do not try to cheat. We will shut online voting down and switch over to the Involvement Center where most people cannot vote due to the ACE ID issue we ran into last year. The rumor in the email was said to be the existence of a list of NSHE IDs that a candidate or student could use to give themselves a handful of votes in order to put themselves over the top or make another candidate look like they are cheating. Then I'm going to show you a document about the election that went out the night prior. We're just going to go over the material in it. Did you send this email? Is this a false email?
No, I did send it. Like I said, I try to think the best of everybody. So I didn't fully, based on who it was coming from, I was just like, okay, he's crying wolf, he's freaking out a little bit, I don't think it's going to happen. I think everybody's going to be above board. This seems to be a good group of candidates we have. So but at the same time, I wanted to put the warning out there. That's why I had this. That's why I emailed out saying, please do not cheat. But a more important issue remains. If there was a concern about the system being susceptible to fraudulent votes, why was the system not changed back to the ACE password voting system, a system that was much more secure? That's the question we asked to the person who could have made that change in the first place, Don Matus. Do you feel that the system of ACE username and ACE password, which was the system that we were kind of, as far as we know, was safe and secure and all that, we used it for the matter of convenience and for the matter of people being able to vote. Do you feel it is an apt comparison to say that safety and security was sacrificed for convenience? Yeah, I would say that. Again, it's hindsight. People did need to log in with their ACE ID, or not their ACE ID, their NSHE numbers, and you just don't assume that people are going to gather NSHE numbers or try and generate lists of NSHE numbers and do something like that. I mean, it takes a special kind of low person to want to do something like that. So, and I don't think that low. So perhaps I should change that thinking, but I don't know. I tried to look on the bright side of everything.
If there was any question if Don Matus didn't know that anyone's going to rig the election, one shocking revelation in a statement Don told us put that theory to rest. But was there anyone at the time, including you, that felt that the voting system faced a potential risk of being rigged?
It's interesting you ask that, because it's the same person that came to me the night before the election, or emailed both myself and Savannah. And then later I talked to this person and he was like, yeah, I had this plan, doll. I had a plan in place. I created a plan as soon as I found out how easy it was to cheat both of these elections. And I'm just like, you really shouldn't have told me that. And he's like, I didn't do it because I have the support out here to, and I'm just like, so I knew that there were people who were already planning for it. Whether or not that person actually followed through with it, no, that's purely conjecture, and.
We still don't know who was responsible for submitting the fraudulent votes. As far as this reporter knows, there are multiple students blaming each other for a tizzy of things pertaining to the election invalidation. But here is the important thing to keep in mind. The fraudulent votes that were cast were not caused by an electronical error or technical malfunction. Someone at this university purposely casted these votes. It is our hope that this report will urge the General Counsel Office to streamline the investigation to UNLV police instead of having it die on a desk. The person or persons who committed the potential felony are still unnamed and may still be on this campus, or more importantly, within our student government. James Schaefer, Studio G.